Have you ever been offered a knuckle sandwich? Most of the time, that's a bad offer. But today, Buzz Cooks is serving up a tasty knuckle sandwich everyone will be fighting over. So stick around and let's get cooking.
All right, let's get right into this sandwich. It's probably the best sandwich you'll ever have, especially if you like eggplant like I do. So we peeled and cut our eggplant thin, and the traditional flour, egg wash, Italian breadcrumb. And we'll get these coated up nice, pop them in the refrigerator for at least 20 minutes so that breadcrumb sticks to the eggplant. Then we'll break out our pan, a little bit of avocado oil, medium heat, about 330 degrees. And we're just going to fry these up nice and crisp. It won't take very long because they're thin. So we'll flip them over, and then we'll take them out, put them on a paper towel to drain, and set them aside until it's time to build this amazing knuckle sandwich. So while I'm doing that, real quick, if you could like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, hit that thumbs up. Appreciate you all very much. Y'all been fantastic. All right, so we got a nice piece of Italian loaf that we cut in half. And we're going to go very generously with the olive oil first. Cover that up nice. Next, we're going to come back with salt and pepper. Just like that. Then we're coming back with some nice sliced provolone cheese. Then after the provolone, we're going to come back with some capicola. This is what, on The Sopranos, if you ever watch The Sopranos, they always called it gabagoo. Gabagoo. So that's going to come next. And then we're going to come back with mortadella. And I got all this meat and cheese at my local market. So it was easy to find. So there was no running around all over the place, which was nice. Okay, now the mortadella goes on top. And then once we get the mortadella on there, we're going to come back with some super thinly sliced red onion. Now I remember when I was a child in Las Vegas growing up, there was a sandwich shop, and it was called Godfather's. And they had something very similar to what I'm making here. But I don't think they put the eggplant on it. And I got to tell you, I think putting the eggplant, the fried eggplant on it at the end, really sets this sandwich apart from any other sandwich if you like eggplant. If you don't like eggplant, obviously, you're not going to enjoy it. So, once we get the mortadella down, like I said, we're going to come back with some thin sliced red onion. And then some Genoa salami. And again, you're going to want a good French or Italian roll because this sandwich is so loaded. You have to have something that's dense enough to hold all the meat and cheeses and eggplant and vinegar and olive oil without falling apart. And this sucker is an Italian loaf. It holds up perfectly to all this, so it's fantastic. So we got our Genoa in there now. So now we're going to come back with some thinly sliced prosciutto. So we're going to layer that up, and I'm going to speed that one up because I had to separate each thin piece from a piece of plastic, which was kind of a pain. So we'll just speed through this real quick. But that's our prosciutto going on. And then we're going to come back with thin sliced tomato. And then we'll come with our eggplant on top of the tomato. Then our arugula, red wine vinegar to finish it off. And then what I always do is I'll roll this sandwich up nice and tight into paper and let it just sit for about 10 minutes. And that just kind of gets everything to hold into place, so when you take a bite, it doesn't fall apart all over the place. That way when you cut it, everything stays nice and tight. So we got the arugula on, the eggplant on. Come back with our red wine vinegar. Just like that. Look at that. Oh man, I'm getting hungry just watching this thing. Now we're going to roll it up, like I said, nice and tight in the parchment paper. Tuck it in and just let it sit. And then we'll slice it, serve it up, and you've got the knuckle sandwich. I'm telling you, make this knuckle sandwich, any big event, a party, whatever, everybody's going to flip for it. Hey, thanks for watching. And remember, new show every Sunday and Wednesday. And we'll see you on the next one.
Then let's get cooking. First, slice up an eggplant into thin rounds. Set up the traditional breading station with flour and egg wash and Italian breadcrumbs. Coat each slice, then fry until they're golden brown and crispy. Remove them to a rack or paper towels and let them drain while we build the sandwich. Grab a fresh Italian loaf and slice it lengthwise. Drizzle both sides with a generous amount of good olive oil. Then season with a little salt and fresh cracked black pepper. Start with a layer of provolone cheese, then pile on the capocollo, or as they say on The Sopranos, gabagool! Next comes a layer of mortadella, followed by some thin sliced red onion. Now add a generous layer of Genoa salami, then beautiful slices of prosciutto. Top that with fresh sliced tomatoes. And now it's time for the ingredient that gives this sandwich its name. Those crispy fried eggplant slices. Finish everything off with a handful of fresh arugula and a splash of red wine vinegar. Now roll the entire sandwich tightly in deli paper or parchment and let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. This helps all those incredible flavors come together and makes it much easier to slice. Cut it in half, take a look at those amazing layers, and you've just made what might be the greatest Italian sandwich of all time. The BuzzCooks Knuckle Sandwich! If you enjoyed this recipe, please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, and give this video a thumbs up. New shows every Sunday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching. And one last thing, keep cooking. Keep cooking!